there. Today, how is your beautiful, beautiful day? This is Rebecca, Abraxas, and I'm super excited to talk to you about my morning practice, this aha that happened to me that turned my whole day around, where it could have spiraled down, but instead it just created so much expansion and possibility. I was reminded this morning in my practice of a saying that comes to me often is, it's an access consciousness tool. It's called everything's as it seems and nothing is as it seems. And it's the invitation to see the contracted story as it is, and then also see the expanded story as that is. And, it's not to ignore the story that's right in front of us, but it's also to expand out and look at the broader perspective and possibilities there. So I was reminded of that. I have 2 teenage sons and a husband, and we've been quarantined, staying at home for, I don't know, right? A month, 2 months. And, some interesting stuff came up last night. And it was such an interesting play because I didn't feel anything inside me that was ready to burst or pop or right. But I sit down there with them and I sit in between my husband and my son who had some stuff going on. And all of a sudden, a silly comment came my way and I was like, and kind of this huge family thing happened from it. Well, this morning I got some perspective in my practice and I realized that while the story was important last night, it's not that important today. But what is important is the broader perspective of the awareness it gave us about how we're treating each other, how we're running energy, what choices we're making. So I'm super grateful for the contracted, silly story that happened. But it wasn't so silly because it gave us this broader perspective that today we're able to come together and say, wow, that was interesting. We're saying our sorries, but then we're seeing our ahas from it. And it was a beautiful teaching, I think, for our boys. And so sometimes that contracted story, it's not that fun to be in, but sometimes it's necessary to get certain energy and out. And sometimes the words aren't even the issue. It's kind of like what the words invoke energetically and how it starts, like getting some old energetics and emotions out from our heart space. And then all of a sudden they're out there and we have to work through them. And it's a choice how we work through them. Do we keep reacting from them, or do we have a broader perspective and say, wow, this is interesting. What's here? What's here that I didn't get last night? What is this asking of me? And so I love looking at these intense little storylines that happen in family life, and then seeing where it can go for the broader perspective, and where that little microcosm of our family is also happening in the macrocosm of just everyday life on the planet. So I feel like there's always a mirror happening there. So guys, that saying is so wonderful. If you're kind of in the thick of something, a wonderful question to ask. And the ask, what it does is not looking for an answer, but just to open up the funnel of information and awareness to eventually come through from the universe and our God source. So the question is, everything's as it seems and nothing's as it seems. What's really happening here? And by doing that, you just open this funnel, and who knows when the awareness will come. It could come instantly. It could come in 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours. It could come in a week. But just ask that question, open the funnel so that more information can come through. Oh, wow. There's so many dimensions of ourselves and frequencies of ourselves and our lives and the lives that we're living next to that are in play. And there's so much information that we can glean from these interactions together to evolve and awaken and ascend to higher vibrations. So that's what happened this morning. As always, have a brilliant, wonderful day, and make that red subscription button gray if you'd like to see more aha moments with my 30-day Brilliant Possibilities video challenge. I think this is day 9. Have a good day.